Hey guys, welcome. Just waiting to actually see something on the screen. I'm assuming I'm live, but I don't know yet. There we go. So hello, today I'm going to carry on with my dream painting, which is about a room in a tree, but the main focus is going to be on the moon. So I'm just going to switch it over. Wait for a couple of you guys to tune in and get going. So I know it's a little bit of a sideways view, but I have my other camera right here which I need to use, so the other one I cannot position in a better way. Where? I just need to focus that one. That's better. Okay. So if you're tuning in, say hello. It is 1:20 p.m. here in Australia, the New South Wales, Australia time. And I'm having, how cool is this? So this is a latte, an almond latte, but it's pink. Oh wait, which camera are you at? You can't see it there. Switch to the other one. Can you see it there? It's pink. So this is made with a bunch of herbs. It's all vegan and it's all herbal, no caffeine, no GMOs, none of that sort of stuff. And then I just warm up almond milk and have it as a latte. So I've been off of caffeine now for about 5 days and I've just been having this instead of caffeine. So it's been really nice having some sort of substitute for coffee, just that hot drink. I also wonder sometimes if it's like more of a mental thing with the whole coffee thing. You feel like you need a coffee because you're so used to having coffees that often that I don't know. I think it's a mental thing. Right. So I know it's also late for quite a few of you, so it's not the ideal time to be streaming, but for me it is a good time. So I've got this palette here of these gold paints. Okay, I need to set this up better. Hey Angelica, hello. Okay. So I've got this palette here of these gold paints, which is upside down. There we go. And they are, it's like, I got them off of one of those Instagram ads, and they're called Gansai Tambi Starry Colors. So I've never heard of this brand, but I thought I'd get it because I think I paid like $6 for the palette. And then I used it on my last painting on the moon and it was amazing. So I'm going to use it again. And let me remember to record here. There we go. So I'm thinking I want to actually make this like a really, really bright yellow gold. Oh, so pretty. And it is still translucent, which is good because I can see the little pen lines I made to see where the craters of the moon are. today I am recording the podcast, the first podcast for the Dream Art podcast course that I'm creating. And the topic is remembering your dreams. So I would love to hear from you guys if you remember your dreams. And if you have a way of remembering your dreams. If you don't remember your dreams, why do you think you don't remember your dreams? That sort of stuff. And another thing I'm curious about actually is, I know a lot of people are on like medications and that for pain or sleep or whatever. And I'm wondering actually if those that are on medications, if they dream. And I'm wondering if the medication actually has an effect on people dreaming or not dreaming. There might be something I actually need to look up properly. So my dominant hand is my right hand, which I think you guys are seeing. Yeah, this is my right hand. Is it backwards? Hi, Esme. I've missed you. I haven't seen you in such a long time. Oh, this gold is so beautiful. So the background noise you guys are hearing are from Epidemic Sound. So it's just the nature sounds. The birds are only out in the early morning, in the morning, so you don't really hear them this time of the day. Plus it's getting increasingly hot. Aww, Esme's been busy with work. So Esme, you work full time as well as doing your art as much as you can? Yeah, the bird sounds so pretty. I think that's going to be my new background noise from now on during a live stream. It just brings the whole chilling vibe out, which is what I want in my videos. It also relaxes me because I feel quite often that when I'm doing this new stuff, I feel a bit anxious. Oh no, the card is full. Should have checked it. Okay, well, that's not going to get a full recording of the moon then. Okay, so now the moon just looks completely gold. And I'm thinking maybe, do I want to add a light brown? I need to wear my glasses. As much as I'd like to not wear them, I can't. light brown. So the paints that I'm using are the Brusho Paints. I've got a light brown, I'm sure. They're not that easy to find because none of them have like a color on them. They're just a white bottle with black writing. I'll put it here. So I found the dark brown, but I don't know where the light brown is. Unless I just make a light brown. There, light brown. I found it! So it looks like that. No ways, Esme! Happy friend anniversary to you too! Really? A year? That's right, I think last year in November. Oh my god, I can't even. It feels like it's that long ago, but not that long ago. Last year in November, I did a drawing a day where I randomly picked someone who entered the like little challenge that I made for November, and I would draw them in some creative way, and I did that every day in November. How did I do that? I don't know. But that is where I met you. Online. Okay, let's create some depth in the moon. Oh no, I just did the very wrong piece. I can't see my lines anymore. Oh, is that the right piece? Okay, no, that was the wrong piece. I think maybe I can just lift it off a little. Maybe? No? I'm gonna paint over it with gold. There we go. Hi, Maureen! Okay, so did the three of you that are on here now, I'd love to know if you remember your dreams. You don't have to give me details, I just want to know if you remember. If you want to give me details, then that'll be good. Do you remember them on occasion? Do you remember them all the time? So I'll tell you what happens with so I remember my dreams if I don't wake up abruptly. That's the one thing that makes me forget them almost immediately, is if I wake up very abruptly, whether it be the dog waking me up or some movement or something. Then, or if I need to go to the bathroom and by the time I come back, it's already left my mind. And it's weird because quite often I can remember if it was a good dream, a happy dream, or a sad dream, or the feeling that I had in the dream, but I just can't remember what it was about. It's like it's just in grasp of me remembering, but then I can never recall. Oh, cool. So Esme remembers, and you remember very specific details. That's cool. Do you write them down? Do you guys write them down if you remember? Hi, Lynn. Hi, Randall. Thank you. So I am looking at a reference of the moon on my screen, just to get like a very rough idea of where the darker areas are. I'm not fussed about it looking exactly right. As long as it looks like a moon in the end, I'd be happy. Oh, cool. Esme says, one thing I've noticed is that I can never feel temperature in my dreams. So when I can, it makes me remember the dream even more. You know, I've never ever taken note of that. Whether or not I feel warm or cold in a dream. That is interesting. That is so interesting. So do you write them down, Esme? See, I'm fascinated by them now, especially now, because now that I'm actually creating art from them, it's like I just want to know more about it and look into it more and understand it more. And if I can get something this kind of artwork out of it, it's kind of makes you feel like you've achieved something from your dream. And then sharing the art is sharing the dream. Sharing the meaning of the art is sharing the dream. Which can be inspiring to someone because everyone will see it in a different way. Then remember sometimes, okay. Esme said, I've dreamt of burning my hand, but I don't feel the heat, just pain. But in the dream, my mind registers it as, hey, you got burned. Wow. Yeah. Actually, I've had a dream before where someone stabbed me in the throat with a kitchen knife. It's an awful dream. I wasn't afraid or anything because I wasn't afraid of death. I'm not afraid of death. So I guess in the dream, I was like, okay, I might die right now. And I sort of accepted it. But when I got stabbed in the neck, it's almost like I knew I wasn't going to feel pain. But I felt an extreme sense of pressure on my neck. So I really felt the pressure for a while. I even felt the pressure when I woke up. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. I'm the same. I don't always write them down. Sometimes I write keywords down like on my phone, and then by the time I try and look into it again later, I can't understand what I wrote down. So I'm like, oh well. Ooh, Maureen says something interesting. I've often wondered about our dreams. We live our lives with our eyes wide open. What do our dreams signify? Past, present, or future, or none of these? I know, or all of those. Like it is interesting. It's like what is it? I think at different times of your life it can mean different things. But yeah, no one knows for sure. why we dream, what the reasons are for the dreams, what dreams are really for. It gives you a great sense of wonder though, which is nice because that wonder is lost as you get older, but it's almost like a childlike wonder. But you can still find it in your dreams, doesn't matter what age you are. And I have noticed the more I write them down, the more I remember. So it's almost like the effort that you put into trying to remember your dreams, you'll be given more. Ooh, hi Kayomi. Kayomi says it's important to remember some dreams can be organic in nature rather than prophetic. Vivid dreams tend to come at a time in your life when changes in your spiritual self are awakening. I totally agree with you. So I found, I don't know. Yeah, they're not necessarily prophetic, but I find that a lot of my dreams help me in the sense that they just give me a little bit of extra guidance or reassurance of a current situation that I might be in, or they help me see things in a different light sometimes if I'm too emotional about something. So I think dreams can be all sorts of things at different times in your life. And I like the way you put that, Kayomi. Yes, Kayomi says, dreams are thought to be a subconscious release from daily life. Working out what is symbolic versus organic is key. Yes, I agree. Because I do, if I watch a movie like right before I go to sleep, I tend to dream about the movie. So then I wonder, well, is that just the influence of the movie, or is there something actually there? So I guess it depends on the state of your mind before you go to sleep as well. Esme says, I can breathe underwater in my dreams. Me too. Me too. I can breathe in space in my dreams too. I can fly in my dreams. But I can only do those things in my dreams if I know I'm dreaming. If I don't know that I'm dreaming, I don't think I do them. So how many of you have dreams where you know that you're dreaming? That would be an interesting one. Or is it also a sometimes thing? I just want to use lines out again. Kayomi says, when you dream and wake, move as slowly as you can to grab your phone and note keywords. I have studied dreams for 40 years. Wow. So the organic dream, Kayomi says organic dreams are like the one I mentioned with the movie. Like if you watch a movie right before you go to sleep and then you dream about it, that's an organic dream. That's so cool. Okay, Esme, so it's the same for you. If you know you're dreaming, then you can do all those cool, amazing things. Kayomi, so you said you've been studying dreams for the last 40 years. Is it something that you do for a living, or is it just something that you enjoy, so you just look into it a lot? Do you help other people with their dreams? Kayomi's asking, has anyone had an out-of-body experience? I would love to know if you have had one too. I have not. I want to have one, but I have not had one. Not that I can recall. Oh, that is so cool. Do you feel comfortable enough telling us about those experiences, Kayomi? If not, that's fine, but I'm just very curious. Esme, really? Esme says, I have. I've seen myself do things and it's strange because I can feel both bodies. Oh my gosh, that's so interesting. Wow. Oh, you've only had that in dreams, Esme. I think in real life is what we mean. But it sounds like you had one. Maybe you thought you were dreaming because it feels like it's in a dream state. Wow, Kayomi, so you know when it's coming too. So you can decide whether you want the experience or not. Oh, wow. So because of what you've seen, Kayomi, you prefer not to have them. Which is fair enough. If you see something you don't want to see, why would you want to do it again? Hey, Pumpkin Spice! Hello. Wow, Kayomi. Isn't that cool though? I don't know. I think if you had to have an outer body experience like that, you'd probably question a lot more things and be a lot more open-minded about things as well. Does it also not maybe make you stress less about certain things in life? Certain things. Because you realize that what we're experiencing in this physical world is just so limited to our physical senses. When you have an experience with something other than that, it almost opens a new way of thinking. Hi, Ernesto. Esme, that sounds like an out-of-body experience to me. That's so cool. Although if you're talking to your friend, that'd be like a weird time for it to happen. Kayomi, I completely agree with you. So Kayomi says, yes, correct, Sheldon. I know 100% there is life after death, and my view on life is completely from a spiritual stance. I agree. But I think you're sort of lucky in the sense that you've had that. How long have you believed that? I'd love to know that, because I've only come to believe that and really believe it and feel it not even for 2 years now. So this has all been a big change very quickly. So Ernesto and Pumpkin Spice, do you guys remember your dreams? So you guys have just tuned in. This is what we've been discussing, is if you remember your dreams, or if you have a way to remember your dreams if you put your mind to it. Yes, Kayomi, I agree. But you know, that whole thing about, you know, most people living in this physical world go for physical, practical things because that's what they know. They don't know any different. So how can you... they can't see any different until they're ready to see something different, because people experience these different spiritual things in their lives, I guess, at the time that's right for them. So a lot of people are not very open to the idea, or think that it's like a bunch of crap and things like that. And that's okay, because it's information that they're not ready for. And they won't gain anything from it. It doesn't matter what you say. But what I also believe is that when you are able to see things in a different light like that, you're able to manifest things into your physical reality, because you start to realize that it's all energy. Everything we experience is energy. So if you can take advantage of that energy and have a fulfilling physical life, a much more fulfilling physical life, because you understand that you can have that. You allow yourself to tap into that energy, to bring that into your life, your physical life, and enjoy it. Whereas if you don't believe that you can, it can make your physical life harder. So the things like money, or your dream house, or things like that, doesn't mean you can't have it. You can still have that, but you'll see it in a different way, because you'll believe in the sense that you can manifest that into your life in a positive way, instead of trying to do that whole thing we've been conditioned to do, is work your butt off, not enjoy a day of work, but you're getting money, and eventually you will get that dream house of yours, or you may not, but you're in that mentality. Whereas in a spiritual sense, you can believe it and just have faith in the thought that it will happen, and put your energy into the thought of it happening, and it will happen in its own way. You don't have to worry about the details of how it's going to happen. Now that makes life very, very interesting and fun. Ooh, Kayomi's asking, what experience did you have that kickstarted your journey? Well, I didn't have an experience per se, but I reached a point in my life where I had a lot of questioning. So I was like, there's got to be more. I feel like it's just too... It's too lifeless in a way. Like I have the perfect family, the perfect house, I've got my dogs and that, so I have everything you can ask for. But I think I was seeking something more than just the physical part, and when that seeking began, I started also becoming more open-minded about things. So when I became open-minded is when things started changing for me, because I started finding things come my way, whether it be metaphysical books, or YouTube videos, or like Gaia. I really got into Gaia, which is like a spiritual Netflix, is what I like to call it. And being open, or having so many things come my way, because I feel like I was ready for it at the time, I was more inclined to connect with it. And then I read a book called Journey of Souls by Dr. Michael Newton, which totally transformed my world, because it was all about past life regression and what you experience between lives. So that opened things up for me a lot as well, and it immediately eliminated a sense of fear of death and more excitement for what's out there than anything else. So there's not one particular thing that happened. I guess it was just a time that I was ready for it, and then a lot of things just made itself available to me so that I could absorb the information. Ernesto's asking, can you enter during work hours? I'm not sure what you mean. Can you enter what? Pumpkin Spice says, yes, I had a dream where I reenacted a bad experience from my real life and changed it in my dream into a good memory. Oh my gosh, really? Wow. That takes some serious mental power for you to be able to do that, I think. Because it's not very often that well, in my personal experience, not very often that I dream that I actually know that I'm dreaming, let alone that I can actually tap into a past memory and change it into something good. That's remarkable. That's insane. That's a gift. Wow. Thanks for popping on, Kayomi. It was nice to hear that from you. And Esme, geez, I think you're more intuitive than you think. Where am I at? That's insane, pumpkin spice. I love that. Okay, now the dark parts of the moon, I'm just gonna... So this is also like a layering thing. You continually make areas darker and add depth and definition. And then I'll probably use a little bit of like a white to create highlights. Yes, they do. The bird sounds like they're laughing at me. They probably are. It's probably not only the birds laughing at me. I'm getting in the zone, so I'm getting quiet. Hey Ernesto, so the sound is from Epidemic Sound, so it's not, it's background noise. Aww. Maureen says, I always found this very relaxing. That's good. I want it to be relaxing. It's relaxing for me too. My mind has been very busy lately. So I'm probably only going to spend a few more minutes on this and then I'm going to stop streaming because I need to record the audio for the podcast. And then I've got some more oracle cards to send out. Woo! So for those that don't know, I send out a monthly oracle card, which is one that I've designed, but it's only available in that month. And then you can't get it again. So there's 44 to collect and you get one each month. And November, that was the first month that we started. So the card looks like this. So this one isn't in a sleeve, but so this is the first one, the Seeker, and then at the back it's got the meaning on it, and then it will also have my signature and a number on it because it's a limited edition. And then it will come with a larger size card with the meaning in the back. And both of these come in proper sleeves. And it will also have a label with the edition number on there. And it will be personalized to you. So they go out once a month. So on the 1st of December, you won't get the November ones anymore. You'll just get the next one. So they're available. If you go check out my website, you can get them from there or on Etsy. Thanks. Yes. And then for those that are subscribers to the Seekers portal, the November calendar is there for you to download and use. And December's artist is also such a cool artist. She practices shamanism, so I'm excited to release her feature in the calendar. So that's all coming up. So lots to do. And then, of course, as soon as this painting is done, I can write the meditation for it. So the meditation is about the dream and what the dream means. And it's just something calming to listen to while you watch the time lapse of this entire piece. And the meditation and the podcast you'd be able to download and listen to anytime. So that's nifty. And of course the calendar you can print in high resolution every month. Thank you, Pumpkin Spice. Alrighty, I think I'm going to leave it at that for now. Because it is 10 past 2, so I only have a few hours to do a lot of other stuff. But thank you for popping in for the short while that I got to stream today. I really enjoyed the chat. It was very fascinating. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to read that chat again as soon as this video has uploaded properly to my channel, and probably use some of the stuff you guys said in the chat in the podcast today. So thanks guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.